Welcome to Nalla Narasimhareddy Education Society Group of Institutions. This is Kameshwari, Department of Civil Engineering. My subject Geotechnical Engineering, third year, first semester, RA 18 regulation. In previous classes, we are already discussed capillary rise. So due to gravitational force, we are already discussed in, so water moves upwards through the tube against the force of gravity. Water moves upwards through the soil pores between the spaces between the soil particles, that is called as capillary rise. And also quicksand condition due to upward forces. So critical hydraulic gradient is equal to z minus 1 by 1 plus e. Now characteristics of flow nets. What is flow nets? So what is the importance and what are the characteristics of water flow nets? The flow nets are equipotential lines and streamlines. Equipotential lines and streamlines, these are the equipotential, the space between these two are equipotential lines, and these are streamlines, and this one is stream tube. And also here we can select a one element. So overall calculated, so we can choose a small area, that is width b, um, like this way. um, this is the flow lines and equipotential lines, flow lines, and these two are dotted lines are equipotential lines, and the space between two are flow lines. And we can make it as we can select a small area, that is that width is b and length is l. Width is b and length l. Widthwise b, lengthwise l. Width and length. So width and length, and this is the flow field. This name is called as a flow field. Flow field. And the discharge is delta q. The discharge is flowing, these lines are delta q. Delta q. These are discharges flows through these lines. So what is the, that is what is a flow net? A combination of number of flow lines and the number of flow lines and equipotential line. This is the flow line and this is the equipotential, and the combination of the number of flow lines and the equipotential lines is called as a flow net, and it is useful to calculate groundwater table and determine the head in media. So it is determining the head in the media. So what are the characteristics? The main characteristics of this flow nets are equipotential lines and streamlines intercept each other. uh, Equipotential lines and streamlines intercept each other, other orthogonally in a flow net. And there can be no flow across the flow line, across the these flow lines, and velocity of flow is perpendicular to equipotential lines. Velocity of flow lines is always perpendicular to equipotential line. Flow lines is perpendicular to, this already indicates length and widthwise. Um, Flow lines and equipotential lines. And loss of head between two equipotential lines, loss of head between these two equipotential lines is always same and is termed as equipotential drop. Always same, these two equipotential lines distance, head, the loss of head between two equipotential lines is always same and is termed as equipotential drop. And the next one is the next characteristics is the area between two flow lines. The area between two flow lines is known as flow channel. Two flow lines, these two flow lines is known as the area. The area between these two flow lines is known as a flow channel, and discharge through each flow channel is same. The loss of head between two equipotential line is also same, and also discharge through each flow line is also same. The discharge between is two is also same, and these are the flow line and equipotential line. The loss of head between these two flow lines are equal, and the area of between two flow lines are also equal. And here the angle is 90 degrees. The uses of flow nets. Flow nets represents the path of flow along which the water will seep through the soil. Equipotential lines are formed by connecting the point of equal total head. Flow lines represents the path of flow. Flow lines represent the path of flow along which the water will seep through the soil and impervious strata. This is impervious strata, and equipotential lines are formed by, these equipotential lines are formed by connecting the points equal to total head. This is the concrete dam. Below, these are the flow net like this way. This is the soil impervious strata, concrete dam. So, and the uses of flow nets. What are the characteristics of flow nets? Equipotential lines and flow lines, the perpendicular to each other, and also refers the path of flow along which water will seep through the soil. Equipotential lines are formed by connecting the point equal to total head. And the uses of flow nets are three types, classified into three types: estimation of seepage losses from reservoir, and determination of uplift pressure below dams, and checking the possibility of piping beneath dams. What are these three types? Estimation of seepage losses, uplift pressure, and checking the possibility of piping beneath the dams. So now we can discuss in one by one the uses of flow nets. The graphical properties of flow nets can be used in obtaining solution for many seepage problems, such as, so it is used to determine the many seepage problems. What are that? The first one is estimation of seepage loss from reservoir. Estimation of seepage loss from reservoir. What is the definition of what is meant by estimation of seepage losses? So that is, it is a possibility to use the flow net in the transformed space to calculate the flow underneath the dam. So it is used to determine the, used to possible to use the flow net in the transformed space to calculate the flow underneath the dam, and uplift pressure below dams. Next one is, what is meant by seepage losses? So underneath dam we can calculate the that one in underneath dam. So transformed to calculate the underneath the dam, and also uplift pressure below dams. What is uplift pressure below dams? The uplift pressure below dams means from the flow net, the pressure head at any point at the base of the dam can be determined. Base of the dam can be determined. So flow net, the pressure head at any time at the base of the dam can be anytime we can determine, and also Uplift pressure distribution along the base can be drawn and then submerged up. Then can be submerged up. So these are the this can be calculate determine at the underneath of the dam, and also uplift pressure we can determine at any time. Base of the dam can be flow net pressure head at any time at the base of the dam can be determined, and checking the possibility of piping beneath the dam that can be and the remaining definitions we can discuss in further classes. Thank you.